Alright, let's see. It is 4 o'clock by whatever time zone I'm in at this point. Whatever's between Mountain and Eastern, I don't really know. I upped an hour, so I don't know. I've been driving all day. That's what I know. Let's see, from where I left off, I made it all the way through New Mexico. I made it all the way through Texas. To be fair, the top little part, not the big thick part at the bottom, just the top thin part. Through that part of Texas, and actually halfway through Oklahoma. I've made really good time. It's been great. So I'm moving pretty quick. I actually just left Oklahoma City. I was in Oklahoma City for roughly 25 minutes, give or take. I pulled off the highway, drove straight to a barbecue place I had found that was apparently on Food Network, got the food to go, and got right back on the highway to keep moving. And I have to say, the barbecue was fantastic. But it reminded me of sort of my first, I mentioned last time I've had some epiphanies, that's the one I'm looking for. Epiphanies, and some realizations about myself on this trip, or about this trip, whatever. And one of the things I've realized is I need to stop listening to people. I've made a lot of choices in my life that people have considered rash or don't understand. I'm talking people that are close to me, friends, family, like close friends, that they go, I don't understand why you would do that. That's crazy. Don't do it. In fact, this trip is a great example, and why I'm representative here is this trip I was told, oh, this is a midlife crisis. First of all, I seriously hope not, because I'm 30, not even 30, and that means I wouldn't even make it to 60, and that's not okay. This is not my midpoint. Maybe it's like a fifth of my life crisis. Then I'd live like 150, so that'd be cool too. But, like, it's not a midlife crisis by any stretch of the imagination. And I think that I need to remember that in a really important and profound way, and that I make decisions based on what I think is best, and sometimes I don't give all of my friends and family every piece of information they need to understand that decision. And maybe they don't get the full view of what I have going on, and it's not that I do things for other people's approval, or even really that their approval makes me decide to do something or not do something I've decided I want to do. I mean, certainly lots of people said maybe you shouldn't do this trip, and I said, well, I'm going to anyways. I've had other times in my life where I've made what I would call tough choices for myself, and when people maybe thought those weren't the best choices for me, and I may never convince them that they're wrong, and that's okay, but I think I've made the right choices when I needed to. And this trip has been a great reminder for me. And it's not even in the big moments. It wasn't even in the canyon itself. It wasn't even being in the canyon that made me realize that. It wasn't stopping in Dallas and having an awesome time in Dallas overnight, or going to New Orleans that I've always wanted to visit and doing that. It's actually in the smaller parts of this trip. It's the random breakfast I had in New Mexico yesterday morning. It's my entire Oklahoma City experience being one meal. That's it. That's all I have. That's all I have of Oklahoma City is Leo's Barbecue in Oklahoma City. That's all I know about the entire city. I was there for literally 30 minutes, including getting on and off the highway time. That's it. And I'm okay with that. I mean, that's not to say I'll never go back to Oklahoma, because maybe I will. Probably not. Let's be honest. There's nothing here. They're like looking around, nothing. There's nothing here. But maybe. But either way, that's okay. It's those small moments where I tell myself, this was a good idea. This was something that I needed to do. And I know I've explained that, but I think in these other videos previous. But I think what the realization for me is more that, despite what other people think about my decisions sometimes, I can make the right choice. And that doesn't mean I won't listen to input. That doesn't mean I can't take the advice of others. But I need to stop letting people telling me that what I'm doing is crazy cause doubt for me. Because it doesn't ever stop me from doing it, but it does make me think, like, should I be thinking that this is a bad idea? Maybe I'm missing something, and I think in most cases I'm probably not. So, I know that's sort of like on the scale of revelations and life-altering changes, that's sort of a really conceited one, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. But I think that's really important. It was something important that hit me today and yesterday, especially, where I realized that this was sort of me proving to myself that I know what I'm doing, that I have a good grasp on what my life needs to be, and that maybe some of those extreme choices I've made, even when people didn't agree with them, that they were the right choice, and I need to not let all those other people's doubts stop me from doing what I need to do. So, to summarize, don't call it a midlife crisis, and listen to myself more often. And maybe those are things that everybody else can live by too. Maybe we can call this an allegorical tale, and you can take away the same meaning that I can just by traveling this trip vicariously with me. So, all right, so tonight I'm going to keep driving, see where I end up. It is currently 4 o'clock by my time, 4:07, and I've got like 5 hours to Memphis, so I don't think I could make that tonight. I don't know. I got to make a decision. Actually, maybe it was more than 5 hours. I don't remember. I've got some amount of driving to Memphis. That's the next big city I'm going to hit, so we'll see where I end up. So, all right, talk to you later.